This is Coogan Cassius for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're in Leeds here for the Bateson show. I'm joined by IBF world champion Sonny Edwards, and also
just Lyndon, innit? When Sonny's about, I'm just Lyndon.
What are you?
Former Commonwealth.
Yeah, farmer. I'm a farmer.
You're a farmer. You're a farmer. But you're still here. You're still here.
It's a stay, innit?
Man's it.
Man's there, innit?
If you do it, I'll do it.
Can you describe your wardrobe at the moment, please, Sonny?
Expensive. This is what success looks like, Coogan. You know what I mean? This is what money looks like, Coogan. Nah, I'm joking. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?
Something you're right, yeah? Look well, bro.
Well done, Archie.
Cheers. God bless. Thank you, mate. Yes, you're in there now. Yes, my man. Yes, my man. Yes, Sandy.
Yeah, just
The wardrobe.
who are you wearing at the moment, mate?
Who am I wearing?
Inspired by Lyndon, as you can see, the colour coordination.
You know what? If you want to know who I'm wearing, yeah?
Spectacular.
The coat was sponsored by Versace.
Is it Versace? Oh, it is Versace.
Yeah, no, serious proper Versace as well. Not like couture or jeans or nothing like that. Proper things.
Wow.
That was a little 14. Nah, no serious no. And then the rest is Bathing Ape with some Nike. You know what I mean?
Nice.
I don't think no one cares about what I'm wearing.
No, people would be interested. Yeah, sort of stuff. Lyndon, how are you, first of all?
I'm perfectly fine.
Are you happy?
I look happy.
You never look happy. You look grumpy as fuck all the time.
I'm smiling inside.
There you go. Come here. It's like a weird light.
Come here.
Here we are. Here we are.
Get out of the shot.
And then we've got the British board trying to crash the interviews.
My shot.
And the British board, man. I know we're causing havoc out here around these shows.
Scary.
What's the situation with you at the moment?
Just in talks with a couple promoters and that. I should have an answer this week.
Okay.
I should have a bit of a path this week.
Because I saw a couple of people tweeting you in the last week or so, kind of asking where you'd been and what.
Canada.
I was in Canada. Speaking French, bonjour, ça va?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so an announcement coming soon, basically.
Yeah. Soon. I'm not retired. So.
We just got to make sure the right decision for us, innit?
Yeah, for us.
You know what I mean?
Us. It's us, yeah. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that. Because I'm assuming you're not short of offers.
I mean.
Well, I'm assuming you're not.
Assumptions are the mother of our fuck-ups, though, aren't they?
Yeah, but I'm not assuming wrong, am I?
I mean, I don't know.
You know when you assume, make an ass out of you and me, innit? So, maybe don't assume. Sources, trust me, bro.
Okay, so news pending. We'll see you in action at some point this year.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully. Right, let's come on to you for a second.
Pause. Lyndon's done. We'll just cut this part out of the interview.
What part?
Just have that as a section, like Lyndon's part.
No, I thought you come as a pair. Come on.
Yeah, I'm joking.
What's happening with you? Obviously, you have an eye on a particular fight next weekend.
Yeah, obviously Martinez, Arroyo, Williams Arroyo. Great fight. I think we've seen enough from the first fight to probably know how that's going to go. I do see Martinez coming out of it as the winner, and hopefully that sets up a line of conversation that me and him can have. I want the big fights. I've been eager for the big fights. I've been chasing the big fights, often to my detriment, and my mandatory. IBF mandatory Sandoval, who we've seen beat Jay Harris, he opted to fight a WBA final eliminator against Norberto Jimenez, who's a good fighter, and then for the chance to fight Dalakayan for a world title rather than exercise his mandatory status to fight me. So like I said, I say I'm avoiding a lot, but when you got #1 challengers, mandatories, turning down probably arguably the biggest payday, the biggest fight in the division, it don't really make sense to me. But like I said, he'd rather fight 2 world level fighters and 1 world champion for a world title than fight me, so I guess that speaks volumes.
Okay, so whispers are that there are progressive talks regarding this Martinez fight.
What whispers have you heard, Coogan?
Whispers, just
I've not
whispers.
He's just assuming everything tonight.
Tonight, bro. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Do you know what? They got to clutch at straws, innit? It's been a slow business week, innit?
Is that what it is? What's IFL doing alright?
You know, someone else must be
Oh,
getting
you got-
I see the watch. I see the watch.
Oh, yeah,
I see the
true,
watch.
true,
She's doing alright.
Was that a Goldie now? That's a Goldie now.
That was different from the last one I seen you with.
Why are you worried about what watch I've got?
You weren't that one before.
Happy
Few months
for
ago, weren't that
you.
one?
That didn't sound like you were happy for
I'm
me.
happy for you, bro. I'm also eyeing you up in case my next fight don't go right.
Right, so yeah, that's what whispers are. That there are progressive talks, like
Yeah, well, I'll be real.
Positive talk,
I had a
shall we say.
great conversation earlier on in the week. First in a while. And maybe, yeah, but there's still a long way to go. He's still got to win his fight. I'd need to find out what's happening with me. If you ask me, I'll probably get the IBF mandatory forced on me. But Felix Alvarado is a good fighter. I've been fighting on the zone a couple of times. Looked good. He vacated his IBF light flyweight with the idea of moving up and fighting me for my IBF flyweight. So he's got himself in a position. Golden Boy pulled Sandoval from his mandatory status, and Sandoval, they managed to somehow conveniently get him as the next one, so that's fine. I actually kind of I'm relishing for the first time in about a 7-8 year professional boxing career, someone looking at me and targeting me and running towards me. Every other fight I've ever spoken about, every other fight I've even made, it's always started with them moving away from it before we eventually get them. It's always been me chasing them down and making the fights happen. Like, look how many times you've heard me mention people's names that I've never got remotely close to fighting. And where are they now? I can sit here and name back 10, 15, 20 probably. Now I'm IBF World Champion, and I've got the power to sort of make my next moves and decisions to make. And hopefully we can get the Unification, IBF, WBC Ring Magazine, put to bed the first Edwards Martinez that ended controversially. I think it's a great story, and I've sort of green-lighted that, in those advanced talks, seeing as you brought them up, Coogan, in those advanced talks it was asked, oh, well, where would you be willing to fight? And I said, with the absolute certainty, anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's any country, any place in this world.
Mexico,
I
wherever, yeah.
Don't care. If you need to stack the chips in your favour to make the fight happen, to sign it and to get in the ring with me, Martinez and co, have it in Mexico, have it in the grottiest and the roughest and the most local place to you and your people that you want. Have it outside, have it 40 degrees outside. Stack up every single odd against me, and I promise you I'll go there and I'll bring back the belt. The moment I win that title is the moment they sign the fight, and I promise you that, genuinely I promise you that. They sign the fight, they've lost. I promise.
Could you just put to bed the ongoing Prince Patel saga? No interest?
It's not the fact that there's no interest. Yes, OD, but well done.
What's happening, mate?
Sandy Edwards he's the man. I love his vibe. I love the vibe. This guy don't care about anyone. All these guys online saying this and that about Sandy Edwards. He gets everyone. I don't know how the fuck he does it. Me, I just go on and block everyone. This guy don't care. He will sit there cussing everyone, and he gets them as well. Fuck,
but OD just knocks everyone out.
I want to be like him and him. Fucking hell.
His jab, his right hand, and my Twitter account. We've got the perfect.
Oh, there we go. That's how to build a fighter.
OD.
Yeah, Prince Patel.
It's not the fact there's no interest. It's the fact that I've probably behind the scenes been, leaning into, because at the end of the day, why wouldn't I? There's a lot of build up. I could have fun. That fight wouldn't even need a channel, a promoter, a platform, anything. That fight we could sell, because it's sort of outside the boxing world to a certain degree, and it's kind of in like a weird IFL, YouTube, internet space. Do you know what I mean? Though
That's very true.
It is, but that's where it is. So that's the demographic.
With
of
interest,
the target
though.
audience.
With interest.
With a lot of interest,
Yeah.
and like a first proper fight, everyone's had to just sit there and jumping on his story when he started talking about his 9-inch dick 5-6 years ago, and they've had to sit there and wait for him to get beat by someone they didn't care about. But people would much rather watch him fight me in, say, like a Royal Albert Hall or Copper Box, sell it out, have a good show, build it up, have a press conference 8 weeks before, have all the fight week stuff, and kill it, and have a lot of laughs and have a lot of fun. Like, because I don't hate Prince Patel. I don't hate him. I know him personally from being young. Obviously we don't speak now, and I think he is a proper muppet. Like, but I don't hate him. Like, he's good. Having someone like him in the division is good. He's not a good fighter. He's an okay fighter. He's like mediocre at best, if I'm being perfectly honest. He's not elite. Like, I've made elite fighters look ordinary, so imagine what I'm going to make an ordinary fighter look like. Let's be real, I'm knocking him out, and it's people think, oh, Sonny can't punch, because every single fight you've seen me against hard, tough opponents that don't get stopped. Go back and look, go back on my box rate and click all the people I should have stopped and didn't. It's simple as fact. You put in someone like him that I'm supposed to stop, I'm stopping him, and I'm doing it early. But it's not the fact that there's no interest.
No, when I said interest, I meant from yourself.
No, from me.
Yeah,
it's not
you.
the fact there's no interest, because I'm pushing for it, but I had a little brief conversation at a hotel bar a couple of weeks ago after Cordina won the IBF World title with the IBF Carlos Ortiz. He said about what was going to go, pretty much going on with the mandatory. It looks like Felix Alvarado, and that kind of, I'm not vacating an IBF World title or delaying a mandatory with a respectable opponent to go and fight Prince Patel. I actually have some sort of respect for this sport that I still exist in. I know it's entertainment, I know a lot of it's smoke and mirrors, and I know most of the things that we have to live with in this sport is bullshit, but I actually respect the essence of the sport. So I'm not going to be like, oh, well, that's a much easier fight, a much more marketable fight, but maybe I can get paid 3 times more against Prince Patel, but fuck it, I'll just get rid of my IBF title and go fight him and then go move on. Nah, I'm a world champion. I want my legacy to last way past my time on this earth, let alone just my boxing career. So I need to do the right moves, I need to fight the right people, and I need to win the right fights. Martinez is one of them. Looking forward, you have the killers at super flyweight, and looking even further past that, you've got the likes of a Nuez, obviously Donaire previously. Like, I know people think I'm deluding when I'm mentioning my name, but look what I did to Moretti. Do you know what I mean? Like, look, and the level and how the gap was seen as before the fight. I'm ready for any of these big fights. I'm going to take each step as they come, but I just don't want the boring fights, Coogan, if I'm perfectly honest. I just don't want the boring fights. I want the fights that if I'm getting excited from, I know the fans will. If I'm just like, oh, it's just another opponent, I know the fans are thinking the same. So, like I said, hopefully Martinez, just because it's got all the backstory, it's got the Ring magazine, it's got the WBC as well, back in the Edwards name, back in the Edwards household where it belongs. Yeah, but just round the Wright brothers' waist this time. You know what I mean? But now it's the fight I want, just because it brings everything, and everyone would be sitting there like, yes, Sonny's about to get knocked out, and then 36 minutes later, when I've 120, 108'd him, maybe put him down just for the cheek off balance. But you know what I mean? Serious. But you know what? When you ask me off camera, this is how confident I am about this fight. Why do you think the moment I even got remote close to world level, he was the one I wanted to fight? The moment he got out of the ring with my brother, I've got an interview of you, I'm sure, saying I want to fight him, I'll fight him. Let me ever go at him straight away. That's before I was a world champion. Now I'm world champion, beating people that he avoided, didn't want to fight in Moretti, categorically didn't want to fight. So why wouldn't I have all the confidence in the world? They don't want me. They don't want me. They don't want me.
Okay. Just there, innit? Just there, innit?
You're still here. You're still here. Right.
Third round, Jack Bateson.
Third round into Bateson's fight, boss. Come here for Ishmael and Bateson, and you know we.
Okay. We're going to go in a minute, but just before we go, as you're not really giving us too much here tonight, Mr. Arthur, I'll say, when you return to the ring this year, there's still huge fights out there for you, and you're still as relevant as any of the...
Like the Yarde third fight, which I 1,000,000% want.
You want that fight?
Just put that out there.
Okay.
While we're here.
Yeah? Top of the radar or not necessarily?
It's not top of the... I mean, for me it is, but I know it's not at top of the radar for that side.
He's fighting Burtonby if he beats Joe
but
Smith.
Yeah, I think there's been some... some comments. The winner, you mean? That fight hasn't happened yet, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. So when I say that, I know that it's... I've got a few fights left before that even probably get spoke about.
But on paper, one apiece.
It's one apiece, and I definitely want the rematch. So, but yeah, going forward,
but still, loads of options for you.
Yeah, of course,
loads of options for you.
Loads of fights out there, and the division's a great division in the UK, so and everywhere. So,
are you over that now?
Over the loss?
Yeah.
No. I'll never be over that. It's embarrassing because not embarrassing because every fight that gets in the ring, you can't be embarrassed for a loss, but it pisses me off because I know that I'm much better than that, and I know that I fucked up. Rather than, let me not take nothing away from him, but I know that I can do much better than that. I shouldn't have boxed that way, the way I boxed, foolishly. My mistake, but it is what it is. Moving forward, it won't happen again. So.
Okay, listen, let's go and watch Jack Bateson, and. I love this.
You love this?
Yeah, I love it.
Let's get the light in.
Just so people
Style
can see.
by eye.
Just so, wait there. Dressed by, what was it, Lyndon Arthur, yeah?
Nah, dressed by Sonny Edwards, yo.
What are you on about? You just said he helped you.
No stylist. What do you mean?
Hey!
We're out.
Welcome, Team Everlast, to the Team Everlast Fitness app. Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.